figured I'd show you that. You would appreciate stupid shit like that. What's up? What's up? We're the Freestyle Freaks on HowToRadio.net on Monday nights. Hopefully we can change our time soon. It'd be nice. Just want to add that in. My right hand man, Billy the Kid, and you're wondering why the hell do I have a sweater on? Do I have a hat on? Because it's cold as shit out there. Anyways, it was Mother's Day yesterday. How was your weekend? What did you get into? How did you spend your Mother's Day with your significant other, your mother?
We spent it at my mom's.
Okay. How was that?
My mom, she had a cookout. My mom is crazy, man. She was cooking out in the rain. I had to run out, go get the food, bring it back in, and run out and then flip the burgers and then bring it back in.
Did you see? She's the MVP.
Facts.
Come on, 'cause you know your ass wouldn't be out there doing that.
Nah, that brain was cold, man. And then I did a recovery show in Bordentown. So shout out to all the people in recovery. It was sentimental. I ain't talking about my recovery at all. I was actually talking to another recovering person, and he said,
hey Ruben, can they hear us? Okay, just making sure. Listen, guys, if you can't hear us, let us know.
Yeah,
we'll talk loud. We'll just read our lips, act like we're mimes.
Put the subtitles on there for closed caption.
You can put different languages.
It was good, man. I really enjoyed myself this weekend.
That's good, man. Mine. I went to a Trent Thunder game, because the wife had to work on Mother's Day.
Did we beat?
Oh yes. Well, it was in the rain. It started as a couple drizzles here and there. By the end of the night, most of us are soaked. You may have seen some of the pictures on Facebook, and the parents us four were trying to do is just get the kids some signed balls, because kids, when a ball comes, I want a ball,
Right. That's the highlight, man. Especially
exactly
to catch one and be in the right place at the right time.
I've never caught a ball.
Me neither.
Never.
I caught one to the ankle, but we were playing like we were kids.
And
that don't count.
I got a couple balls, but
left field. Let's bring it back to the right.
But my weekend was good. It was chill. It was
Wasn't spent working around the clock.
It wasn't. For the first time, I wasn't working
Around the clock. Yeah.
around the clock.
Yeah.
It was. It's different. Yesterday, the wife worked. I had the kids. I took the daughter to play rehearsal. I had my son for a little bit. And my son is rough. I love that boy, but he is rough. He when you hold him in your arms, he doesn't want to stay still. He just wants to. He's just like on the go. He's just trying to.
He crawling.
He's trying to walk down. Like,
wow.
This dude is like.
They put in the hospital.
You remember when Forrest Gump just started running and he broke out of the leg, whatever.
Gonna be him.
He just wants to just get out of your arms and just start running.
Yeah. Early. Already.
I'm serious. Like I got a picture. I'll show you. I mean, you guys can't see it, unfortunately. I will post it at a later time.
It might be premature. He might be walking before he won. Flash. Yeah. Already trying to stand up already. You know what that means?
He stands up. He stands up already.
He's going to be a taker, taking small things and running away. What you got in your hand? All you hear is feet.
Like he's there. Like he runs. I mean, well, not runs. I mean, he crawls
active,
and he
active.
And he gets up on where he's at and he stands and he's just like shaking and he just like it looks like he just wants to break out and start running. Like it's insane.
Man, y'all holding him back from his potential.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes.
You guys are the MVPs. Without y'all,
superheroes.
We would just we'd be some dudes.
A bunch of just dumb
we'd be
guys
some dudes
walking
eating a bunch of sweets, playing video games, drinking, playing dumb other things.
It really wouldn't be a lot of us because it wouldn't really be no reproduction going on. So we need y'all around.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if y'all were, who y'all were, then we'd be stupider.
Yeah, thank y'all,
for keeping
You guys are the
keeping everything
MVPs,
in line.
obviously,
Yeah,
100%.
keeping everything in line.
I don't know
man.
how y'all do it 24/7. I watch the wife and listen. She makes that shit look good. I mean, when I'm feeding my son, it takes me at least 10 to 15 minutes. It takes her 5 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah. Do a pamper with one hand.
she's listen, she's got some skills. She's good at,
One hand pamper.
she ain't perfect, but she is damn near perfect when it comes to parenting. I mean, she's
That's it. That's
on
a
top of
good trait. That's like one of the best characteristics, man. Like for a woman to possess
true
that
story.
nurturing
True
side.
story. I don't know if I could have found. Not I don't know if I could have found, somebody better. You know what I'm saying? Too. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I don't know where I would be if I was with another woman as the mother of my children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
think that's normal.
I
for
think
people
I,
like that. Yeah, that's normal.
When I chose her to be my wife, I didn't know, I didn't know shit. I didn't know I was gonna have 2 kids. I didn't know we were gonna be married this long.
Right.
But I was looking for certain things, and cleaning the house wasn't one of them. But it was
Ruben, like I caught that. That was good.
the tail end. It was. I don't know what. I just chose her, and I was fortunate that I got an excellent mother out of her. Like she is an MVP. So yes, big ups to her.
Nurturing is awesome, man. Like that's a winner. That's the winner right there, man. Like that nurturing.
She's able to juggle. Look, her alone, she has a part-time job. She juggles my daughter with her medicine if she has to take medicine, school, plays, rehearsal. Then every so often throw in Six Flags here, go to a family outing here, go to this here, go to that there, and then on top of it, my son, she's got this full food. Before she was buying baby food, she was making it at home.
Right.
She was
making the baby food.
Yeah. She's
Old
making
school.
it. Old school, just put it in like ice cubes and like little bags and she, I'm telling you, this
Not the way our parents did it, where they chewed it up and put it in our mouth.
No, she's she's blending it, doing like she's she gets some baby foods, that she can't just acquire, and make, and she gets the easy, she makes the easy stuff, and it saves money.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
She knows the right amounts of what to.
And meanwhile, you're just sitting there like this.
I'm
this is.
I'm like this. I'm looking at her like
that look.
Like this.
That's a universal look. Every man would have that look.
What
like,
the
you know what? All I'm gonna say is good job, and I'm gonna get back to the game.
Fuck.
Good job. I'm gonna get back to the game. That was awesome.
And I'm catching myself. I'm like, that really just happened.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, she feeds the baby and she's done. I'm like, the hell? It takes me a half hour. I'm like trying, like I'm fighting with him, and he does it on purpose. He knows who's the.
You guys fighting for attention yet?
No, I'm not. I don't fight for attention.
Yeah.
Because everywhere, if he's in the room, and he's in that vicinity that he sees me, he'll cry because he's slightly spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, he's slightly spoiled, but he'll cry. I should be like, I'm not picking you up.
To see which one of you are gonna get him first.
But then he'll say, da 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 da
da.
da.
Hey, come on, you understand? Come on, don't leave me hanging here. Come on.
I think he understands that yelling dad as a universal of pick me up or dumbass, he got me, I got him. Oh, the dumbass will get me.
Yeah, that too. Especially if mama letting him cry for a long time, and then you come walking in, he's like, "Yes, big person, get me."
I'm like, I'm all nervous. Like, don't let him cry like that. She goes like, "Listen, the doctor said." I'm like, if something happens to him, I'm gonna blame you and the doctor. The doctor said,
"That's every house.
If his diaper is changed, he's fed. He's okay. He's okay. He just wants to be picked up."
Meanwhile, it's just tearing you up inside.
Yeah, then he starts screaming. And then he puts his spoon. And then the tears come up.
And then you pick him up.
Then I run and I pick him up, and then he stops. And he's like, no tears, no. And she was like, look it, idiot. I'm like, You know what? You did get me. You going right back in.
Yeah,
You know, like,
like,
before.
oh, man, not you too, man.
Before you know it, I'm playing with him for a little. It's my son, like,
Yeah, of course,
come on.
Of course.
My daughter don't have no time for me. She's always on her laptop, or tablet, whatever.
Sounds about right.
She's talking back to me,
Hmm.
wearing lipstick,
Oof.
trying to at least. I caught her at that one day, but
And you like, what's happening here? Like, what happened to my baby?
well, her TV doesn't work, so she needs to sleep with TV all night. So there's no TV in her room.
The arrogance of these
So
kids.
now she has to sleep in my bed. So little Ralph is sleeping in bed with my daughter and my wife. Guess who sleeps on the couch?
Hmm.
The damn breadwinner of the household has to sleep on the couch.
Sounds about right.
Got
to compromise.
I
I mean, it's either that or wake up with a foot like in your neck and the pamper on your forehead.
But I get the shit end of the stick.
Oh, no. You sleep inside that bed, you're going to get the shit into the pamper.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's how that's going to work. I mean, you haven't experienced living until there's an elbow in your rib, a foot in your neck, a pamper on your head, and snoring.
Remember, I do have.
I'd rather sleep on the couch.
I have a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got me before.
That's the sleeping on the couch kicking in. Like, ain't this some stuff?
Yeah, listen, I lose sleep sleeping on the couch.
I get sleeping on the couch.
No,
I
it's
get the best sleep.
It's comfortable. It's comfortable because, but there's certain, my back is killing me right now. I probably slept the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So it's comfortable, yes, and it could be uncomfortable at certain things.
Yeah, I mean it's comfortable because I get uninterrupted sleep.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm ready for everything by the next morning.
That's the only thing. But it's at a cost that with your back is hurting, your leg is cramped up.
I'll take an Advil for that.
You know what
but
I'm saying?
I just got uninterrupted sleep. That's all. Mothers don't sleep. Do you realize that mothers sacrifice sleep? Like once they like pretty much like had these
Yeah, I
babies?
know. Please don't remind me that.
No,
I'm
looking at mama.
I'm supposed to be on that level too.
Listen here, I be sleep. We try. The thing is, at least
I'm like on 4 hours sleep.
Try.
5 hours sleep.
Man, I remember going to work, man, trying to jump behind the wheel of that truck, and like my eyes are just heavy as I don't know what. She's just like, "No, I got it. Let me do this. You drive trucks. You can't do this. You're gonna be wrapped around a tree or some stuff like that." And it's like I insist because it's like you're doing way too much. Let me do something. Like shake a bottle. Do something. Pampers. I changed the first pamper. And a funny story is
that was the last one, huh?
Basically, yo, the funniest story.
You put the diaper on backwards?
Yeah, I did. She was changing Byron, and he sneezed. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
And shit on you.
And he sneezed, and it flew in the air right across her chest. She was like, "This is nothing bullshit, man!" And I put the covers over my face, and I just rolled over, and I'm cracking up laughing.
And
I didn't bring it up until the next morning, man, because I feared for my life. That's how mad she was. That's exactly how mad she was. I didn't bring it up until the next morning that I laughed under the covers, but I turned over so she couldn't see me.
When the wife is cursing, I try to like to sneak away, and like, if I have to go to the bathroom, I'll avoid going to the bathroom. Sometimes you just gotta try to avoid it.
That's the compromise, man.
But in news, Trump's tariffs is starting to backfire. China is starting to get us now or something. The stock market, I don't know how it did shitty today, I guess. Yeah. In news, there was
that's a huge trait.
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, marked 61 years that Rosa Parks said, "No, I'm not going to go to the back of the bus."
No, nah.
Nah. I'm going to sit here.
Man, we're going to have to get up. Nah.
Shout out to Rosa Parks.
Word.
Just want to throw that in there.
Got a lot of balls and a lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? 61 years ago.
A lot of balls and a lot of people back then, and then there's a whole bunch of people now.
You know what it is? It's somebody said yes, or somebody said no, or somebody said I won't. There was will voices back then. Today there's voices
that's what
that
triggered
depend on
Martin Luther King to do the march.
Yeah.
That's what triggered him to do the civil rights march down there was the Rosa Parks thing. A lot of people don't know. how those two were connected. But Martin didn't march.
She was a start. She was a start.
Yeah, yeah, she did.
She was a major start component to the revolution of the the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was huge. That was huge.
Yeah, man. Good looking for that jewel right there.
You didn't know that, did you?
I did. Hey, yo, I almost feel like I dropped a couple notches from like my black card radar. It kind of like you kind of cashed that.
I just doubled up and like I got five hood lives.
Like how they get your ticket and stamp it.
What is the Invisible Kids? Whatever that's on Nickelodeon, that they get lives and they play games.
Yeah. You just end it
powered
up.
up.
You just
I
end
powered
it up
up
right there. Like I just feel
That
like
movie
I just feel like the black delegation is just looking at me like, how did you not? You're supposed to know if we a team, but nah, that ain't the way it worked. So shout out to Ralph for dropping that gem.
I had to because not many
That's
people
not
many people were talking about it. So I said, this is 61 years ago. It's iconic. It's on Mother's Day. Or in and around Mother's Day weekend, and we're at a time that to where we are going backwards to those times in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Political. Back then.
Right.
Back then, if you were voted a certain way, or you were called a commie, or
Facts.
and there has been some issues, some racial divide, due to media,
politics,
and media, and so I felt that I should bring that up because, that was somebody that thought outside the box and didn't want to do the norm and didn't want to follow the same ratio, the same status quo.
Yeah.
Just said, you know what?
And
no,
it catapulted us.
I want to do something else.
It catapulted us together.
I'm a think differently.
Word.
And that's what we need sometimes.
Like that's how you get fed up. You know what I mean? And it takes things like that to create those ripples to make those changes. Like everybody, marched or came together for some in particular type of, rights. Again, women had these same rights that they were denied.
Well, women. Speaking of women,
they had to deal with double the.
Women went on a thing called the suffrage. And we listen. This is totally unrehearsed. Women went on a suffrage. They forced themselves not to eat. They went on a hunger strike. Some were in prison, some were jailed. They were treated as second-rate, humans, to next to men at a time to where women couldn't speak. They had to shut up.
Right.
They couldn't. They weren't. In the social media, in a social atmosphere, there was no women. There was no women prestige. They were just teachers, mothers, and you know what I'm saying. But with the suffrage, with the women's rights movement, they were granted, voting rights. They were granted.
They took on more roles instead of just being the housewife.
Because that cliche
was stuck around for a long time.
Women joined the military. During a time where World War II was, yes, we had one of the biggest militaries that ever assembled in history. But we were shorthanded on men here. So some of the women, took on, the jobs of, in the workforce, building the tanks here, being the operators or doing the jobs that
working for NASA.
Yeah, exactly. A movie came out with Taj P. Henson, right? Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, man.
She,
working for NASA.
I have not yet seen that movie, but I do want to see that.
Helped get the first man.
She helped get the first
space.
man on space.
Yeah,
in space.
Yep.
But there's also the female baseball players. That there was not a lot of ball games played, so
It had a movie about that with Tom Hanks.
League of Their Own.
Yep, League of Their Own. Yep.
But it was
See, man, we giving all the ladies homage.
Yeah,
right
listen.
now, man.
I'm just.
It's pretty much y'all.
Shout out to the women. The women that make moves and continue to make history and
still facing adversity now because some of them aren't getting paid. What the men get paid, even though they work the same roles and everything. I mean, if not harder than a lot of these guys. And yeah, I feel like if they qualify, they're capable, pay them more. If that's going to make the next man insecure, who cares?
I think the woman in life right now has to work harder to represent her status as a woman. Mm-hmm. This is true shit. Because there are men becoming women. No disrespect to I commented on this the other day, or yesterday, or the day before. There are women. There are men becoming women, and those, women that or men are, playing baseball or playing athletic things and, wrestling. Like a guy becomes a girl in high school and he wrestles as a female, or you know what I'm saying, and they're breaking records out the ass.
Or
you know what I'm saying?
Woman of the year, like what's the name did?
What the hell, Jenner?
Yeah. And
that year, more different women deserve that. Like the girl Malala, right? The girl that
plenty.
But that's one. She was that year. She had, she was supposedly up for, that award. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna choose that over that?
It's still so many barriers.
So I'm saying that it is a still an uphill battle for women.
That's why with all of those elections that passed, I was proud of all of the women of so many different diverse backgrounds that actually won. Mayors and congresswomen and senators and governors.
Listen, we got a new police director in Trenton.
A female. She was.
And you see what she did. You see what she did
for Camden.
But you see, she wasn't Camden. She was in Newark.
Yeah, Newark. Yeah, my bad.
Do you see what she did with the cops? She pulled them out and started walking them. Walking the streets and stuff.
Say word.
That's how you engage a community. I think it's. I commented. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it's a great idea. Yeah. Get the people to know the cops. Put some faces to the badges. Put some names to the homes that you drive past all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I feel like in this society we got to get past the first anything. We got to get past the first black this. We got to get past the first woman this. We got to get past the first Latino this, and that's how you really celebrate a diverse country. It's too many first African American first woman Congress. We were close to having the first woman president if it wasn't so many issues with her background at the time. And at the end of the day, if it wasn't all of that, who could knock that?
If she had a better plan, a better blueprint of how she was gonna, run her term, I think she would have. If there was, like you said, if there was not a non-controversy and she had a better plan, at the moment, Trump looked like he had the answers, and look, he thought he was.
I feel like she wasn't facing that email stuff. She would have beat him.
Yeah.
I think she would have beat him. It would have been a landslide.
I think it would have been close. It would have been a lot closer. I mean, because she is just as what experience she is.
I think she was more.
She was more
experienced. Much
more. We're talking about in the spotlight, in that handling something like that. Yeah. We're not just talking a job. We're talking about the United States, America. We're talking about the presidency of the United States.
Not just
the president of the free world, supposedly of the free world. You when you speak, a lot of other countries hear.
Mm-hmm.
So
the world.
I think that had she, like you said, had she not had a lot of controversy and what you said, I think she would have won.
Yeah, like she had what it took, and it's like as society, a majority of us, we couldn't knock that. And couldn't knock the hustle at all.
And there was not a lot of candidates that were, like, in other words, actually qualified.
At all.
Ben Carson.
No.
Ben Carson is an idiot.
Christie, no.
Idiot.
Who else?
Bernie Sanders, he had the chance, but they hacked him. They railroaded him.
I think what hurt him was Hillary jumping in the race. With those
listen,
two.
I think it's still. I think it's still. Meddling. I think it was really, really hackers hacking
To mess with
the numbers.
yeah.
Listen, we all know Trump was a long shot and Trump won. So Trump was put in there to create commotion, to create divide, keep us divided. Because with a president that's competent, he's gonna keep us. He's gonna unite us. That's just me. That's just me. And remember, I voted for the prick, so I can say that shit. That's why I did it, just so it doesn't go to waste. So I can.
It's like this double-edged sword. If you get a president in there that actually works for the people, it's not good.
It's not good for
the higher ups. But then if you get somebody in there that could create divide amongst all the people, then that's bad for the lower downs. I don't know higher ups, lower downs. I don't know.
No matter what, the president's always gonna get the shit end of the stick, and it happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
Especially with the last administration did, and then they're always going to be accountable for what the last administration did.
Did you hear about a guy trying to toss his, woman into a cooker?
I want to say that almost sounds familiar, but no.
He tried to throw a woman inside a cooker and then squeezed.
How big is this cooker?
I don't know. It had to have been big. And try to squeeze and suffocate the child that was with her to limp, almost killed the child. So just want to say that it's crazy people.
How
out there.
big is this cooker? That's what I'm thinking of now.
I'm still thinking about that.
Look at this cooker, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, man. And sadly, it is as crazy as that is, it's real life. Like you can't make stuff like that up. Like the craziest stuff happened. You'll be like, what? Like, no, they didn't. Yeah.
And I have to. I'm gonna say they called Javi's killer a couple hours ago. They called him a 20-year-old person off from the area. So yeah, person's arrested in connection with his death. So
well, condolences to the most recent one, the kid Jay Tucker.
He was a rapper too.
I heard one of his songs for the first time.
He was not that bad
tonight, and it was a very influential song. And the first thing it made me think of, which he actually referenced in the song that he made, was Nipsey Hussle, because he's saying condolences to Nipsey's wife Lauren London, and saying how Nipsey's passing was devastating. He's saying that in his rap, and here it is, he's rapping this influential rap, and he
was killed on his birthday.
Yeah, yes.
Thing, right? It's crazy to be born on that day, and it's even crazier to go out on that day. It's just my condolences to the family.
Definitely, man. I had never met him. I had never met him a day in my life.
The city is still hurting, man. It just. It's like somebody just sticking you and just keep sticking you. And just keep sticking,
repeatedly. Like, what the
just
hell?
The deeper the knife, they're just sticking in you.
It's like at some point, like, okay, we get it. You're a tough guy. You have no problem killing somebody. You're as bad as they come. You're bad to the bone. All right, we get it.
So, did you watch any basketball? Did you watch that Sixers game?
Man, I actually couldn't. I couldn't.
Man, let me tell you, that was.
Rest in peace to the Sixers season.
It came down to the buzzer.
Yeah.
To a bouncer.
Mm-hmm. And they got stuck on the rim, basically.
No. It bounced 3 or 4 times and into the basket. End of regulation, 92-90. And listen, the Sixers almost traded last year for Leonard. They almost had him on their team. They didn't want to budge and trade something else. They should have traded. They should have. When I heard that trade back, I was like, man, we can't. When I seen this kid, breaking their backs, and I'm like, yo, we could have had that kid. So yeah, it's sad. It's crazy how shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. What are you gonna do?
So what do you got news wise? We got nothing.
No,
I still got. We got news. We got news.
Yeah.
Let me see what
I
else.
really haven't.
Let me see if I can pull something out. So
zip,
zing. I went to this new spot this new spot down the street. Yes, I pulled something out. It's called Spoonie Sweets. This is
Yes.
new
The
cereal
the
place
cereal
that's
place.
on Route 33 in Hamilton. Yes, it's a new spot where you can customize. It's a cereal cafe where you can. It's for kids, kid friendly. You can bring your kids. You can customize. They have, I think, almost 42 or 45 different cereals where you can customize your own bowl of cereal. You want some Captain Crunch here. You want some, Cocoa Pebbles in there. You want some whatever you want, and they have it. It's there. I tried it today for the first time because I've heard it about this, and it's been crazy all over Facebook. So I went there and I said, "Hey, I'm actually gonna review. This is my first time here." They walked in they're like, is this your first time here? I was like, yes. They're like, well, you know how this works, or this? I'm like, it's my first time here. I said, but I'm gonna try it to go, and I'm gonna review it, and I would like you guys on my show. So next week we're gonna interview the owners of Spoonie Sweets, the new cereal cafe on Route 33 in Hamilton. It's definitely worth a visit. Take your kids, go in there for for lunch, breakfast. It's definitely worth checking out. You will not be disappointed.
I could just feel the sugar highs right now. Did you see the candy that I ate before we started the show? You know what I would do to some cereal if I went in there?
Listen, I'm serious. I'm
All the
gonna
people
show
with
you.
the munchies are gonna be going in there.
It's crazy how you thought I didn't have anything, and I'm still pulling. I'm pulling out like.
Cereal tastes better when you got the munchies.
Look at that.
What the heck type of cereal did you get? You just said, you know what? Just put everything chocolate in there with some
Chocolate
with some Hershey's. Is that Hershey's syrup?
Yeah,
I knew it.
look at that. So
And you just had that today?
yeah, and I
No. I'm not done. With milk?
yeah.
So we only got like 15 more minutes, man, before you become a gassy.
Possible.
Ruben, speed this thing up.
Now we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Look, you already playing. You guys,
He's talking. Shout out to Jay Bliss, so that's tuning in.
Yeah. Jay, what up, Jay?
Shout out to shout out to the viewers. Yeah, I caught Jay watching there. Shout out to whoever else is watching. So I started my job. We started. Last week was my first day. This is my second Monday, and I kind of like it. I'm for me, I have no knowledge of this injury. I mean, in this industry.
Don't get injured yet. That's what you don't want to think about, right?
This
right,
industry.
Right.
I'm saying industry. Industry. I was still thinking about the Spoonie Sweets. And listen, I'm jumping in. I'm learning the routines. I'm jumping in. 5 days and I'm already on register. You know what I'm saying? You know me. I can't sit there and watch for eternity. I got to jump in and I'm answering calls. I'm doing this, doing that. I'm being a part of I'm jumping in and being a part of the machine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a challenge, and I'm up for it. I love the set schedule. I haven't worked a night in a while. Well, I do work nights, security. I guess a part-time job. I won't tell you where I'm working, but if you get to see me, I'm very professional. But yeah, it's I like it. It's fun. It's a fun job.
Yo, man, I having a good job, man, that you enjoy, it make a world of difference. It does.
Well, it's listen. When you get up, you get like, gotta get up. But it's a new thing. It's something new. I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to soak up all the knowledge that I can. I just got myself a brand new pair of boots. I dug out my tape measure. I'm getting myself in that that state of mind. That picture. Because like I said, I have a lot of things that I'm working on now. In about a week or two. Is that correct, Ruben? In about a week or two.
You're about to be a busy man.
We're about to launch another show. We are setting up for the next show in about a week or so.
You about to be juggling two more, ain't you?
We're working on 2 other shows that I'm launching. So yes, I am gonna be very, very busy.
He working harder than Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart right now.
Listen, the grind. Listen,
the new Steve Harvey here with the comedy, the book, the radio show, the talk shows. What is he on? Family Feud. And he got a Steve Harvey like talk show like Oprah or some stuff like that. All of that stuff. That's gonna be you.
And with the expansion of the radio station, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to somehow plug myself in to try to work and get another channel to play music on, so I can actually play music and talk like an hour with us.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And you'll have to throw in some of my clips that I make as like your commercials.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
Word.
But I'm excited. I'm excited to start. My next project. I'm still building up a slight collection. It's exciting. I'm. And I'm meticulous.
I've reached out to you too.
Yes.
I've reached out to a couple of people, man, because in case you were available.
I was honored. I was definitely honored. And had it not been a night that I was, with the family going out to a game, I was like, yo, give me about half hour. Here. You know what I'm saying?
I really appreciate.
And I would have put together a very obscure, off the wall, off the chain kind of playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have.
That crowd would have soaked it up, man. It was about 150 people.
It would have 100% been, because I've been working on my playlists. I've been working on playlists for a while.
At minimum, it was about 100 people.
Yeah, I would have loved that. That'd have been a good way, but I was in the rain.
It's all good.
Waiting for baseball with the kids.
We went off of the phone. We played.
And the kids, listen. We hustled. The parents hustled. We got them balls, and they got a signed ball. They got to meet a pitcher, and they got a signed ball. So, our jobs as parents was fulfilled. At the expense of getting soaked. But you know what? You only live once.
Yeah, you'll dry.
And the team came back and won in the 12th inning. So
Nice. Damn. Wait. What?
Yeah,
how many innings?
12 innings. Trenton Thunder. Shit. Saturday night in the rain.
Gosh.
Yep. And we met Chuck Whitlock.
It's like the game couldn't go no longer.
Oh no, it was Garrett. Garrett Whitlock. He's the Double-A pitcher for the Yankee affiliate. He's a Yankee affiliate.
Hey, word.
So it was cool. If he pans out, my daughter has a ball signed already. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool.
Who was the one baseball player? Wait, I want to say it wasn't A-Rod that was that had got injured in the major leagues, and they went there for.
That was Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
I was there.
I was there. Yeah.
That place was.
Trenton went crazy.
Yeah, Trenton. Dude.
Yeah, they went crazy.
Everybody and their mother was there that day.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I couldn't think about who it was.
I wasn't married then. And me and Linda were together. We were dating. I said, hey, let's go check out. You're a Mets, you're a Yankee fan. You're a Jeter fan. Let's go check out the game. And I was standing room early, and we were there, and we were seeing it. And I don't think we stayed for the whole game, but we said, yeah, let's go. And, we enjoyed it. Nice. Every so often you'll catch me. I was there their first year. I was there at one of the games. I have a ball from one of the games. So I'm not a Yankee fan. Everybody knows I'm a Braves fan. My backup team is the Red Sox.
You're just there to show love. I'm
just there to show love because, representing Trenton. It's it. I like the team because it's just a team in Trenton. I'm not going to put on a Yankee hat.
I've never been to a game, but I've been to the stadium a lot, though, for deliveries.
You need to go see a game. Once in your lifetime, just go see, you're talking about Trenton Thunder?
Yeah. I'm at the stadium a lot, but as far as a game,
it's worth going to see a game. Definitely worth going to see a game. You don't have to do too much. It's just worth going to see one game once. Listen, you live in Trenton, you don't go see it. Have you ever gone to the old barracks, to the museum?
I haven't.
Do you know? True story. About two or 3 years ago, I went to the old barracks during Black History Month and got a lesson on some of the guys that fought for Trenton in World War I. So, and they got the parade after fighting. they got the parade in Harlem, you know, because when the soldiers couldn't come back, they would get a parade. So they got a parade in Harlem, and these were the I forget what these were soldiers that were commissioned to fight in France, and they were representing America, and some of them were from Trenton, some of them were from Harlem. I forget the name. I don't know if they're the Tuskegee Airmen, but they were something, you know, they were the Screaming 151st, I think, the 151st.
Why do I feel some type of way? Like, I feel like you're not about to out black history.
Yo, I'm out.
Here,
yo, I'm out blacking you right now.
Not about
with a Wu-Tang shirt
You're not
on.
about to out black. Where the Wu-Tang shirt on? You're not about to out black history. Let me go through my phone and Google some stuff. Let me Google some black history. But you going there, man? Yo, Ralph is dropping jewels here, man. From Rosa Parks to Tuskegee Airmen to wars being fought in Trenton when America
No, that wasn't the 151st.
Established.
It was close to it.
He's about to out black history me. You know what? The black delegation is going to trade me for you.
They were the Harlem. They were the Harlem something. They were calling the fire something, because when the Germans seen them, they almost shit their pants, because you know they never seen a black guy before. You know what I'm saying?
They like that. No.
They're like, hold.
Nah.
They weren't ready for that.
Nah. The reason they was shocked, man, because let me tell you how we roll up to a place. Do you understand me? We go
No,
there,
it was one guy fighting about 10 of them.
We show up.
The true story is of one guy fighting 10 guys. He was from Trenton.
Listen.
He was a hero. And the Germans were like, what the hell?
You want to know why? Because he did all of that with a cigarette behind his ear, and the cigarette never fell.
The Harlem Hellfighters.
The cigarette never fell out of his ear.
That's what they call the Harlem Hellfighters. I was there at the old barracks for a Black History, whatchamacallit. I sat through. Linda, you call up Linda right now. It was like 2 or 3 hours. And it was a Black History lesson about, you know, the Harlem Hellfighters. And they call them the Hellfighters because they, you know, these guys
kicked ass.
They were raising hell when they were like, they didn't, you know, when they ran out of bullets, because they were, you know, the black guys were, you know, in the World War I were not properly fitted with the proper weapons. So, you know, if they had a knife, they're like, fuck you, I'm killing you, man. I'm killing you.
Yeah, to take it back to the jail days.
And
what?
there was one story about a guy who fought 5 or 6 Germans, and then the other Germans just started running away. You know, like, screw that.
I told you, because he had a cigarette behind his ear, and they wonder how he did all of that butt whipping and the cigarette never fell. That mean he was a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
I think his name was Bumpy.
Not sure. Probably was Bumpy Johnson from Harlem.
No. He was from Trenton. 2 guys were from Trenton.
Say word.
But yeah, you know, I'm dropping that.
Out black history in me. Look at this.
But
black history class over
and,
here.
And listen, you know what it is. You know, I don't sit here and, you know, I legitimately I read. You know, like it's a dying art. You know, like I told my daughter yesterday. You know why we read books. You know why we follow the histories, because this is where we learn about the history, so we don't repeat that history.
The most important reason why we learn what you added in
there. We don't forget where we came from.
You added that we don't forget where we come from, but no matter what you read, hopefully it's positive, is to connect with your higher self.
Yeah, it's to open up that third eye.
Now, when you heard those jewels that opened you up to something, you tapped into your higher self, and here you are sharing those jewels with us. And as a black person,
scaring the shit
here I am, a black person over here. It's opening me up to some stuff. So thank you for the Black History lesson. But yeah, man, you know, it makes you tap into your higher self, man. So, you know, I definitely shout out to you, man, for those gems, man, that you've been dropping on this all night.
You know,
if you drop one more Black History gem, I'm getting up and leaving.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Hey, nah, listen. Bad enough.
The first open heart surgery was done in part with a black guy.
Yep.
He actually did the cut, and the white guy was talking him through it because the white guy's hands were a little shaky.
True. see, I know I'm about to get traded. I'm about to get traded to the other team because the black delegation already wants Tommy from Power. You know what I'm saying? They like, look, we're gonna trade Ben Carson. Y'all can have him. We're gonna take Tommy from Power. All right, we good with that? That's the Chappelle show when the dude used to come on. He's like, we of the black delegation would like to trade Al Sharpton for Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton would have been a bad trade.
I don't know.
Even though he was loved by the hood. He didn't care about it.
He played the saxophone though, man.
He played both sides of the spectrum. You know.
He still went over to Africa and kissed the baby though.
Yeah. Trump will never do that.
Never.
You know, we might see him kiss.
He can't even get a kiss from his own wife.
No,
what?
He actually picked up a black child through his campaign.
He did. The little girl. But
he didn't kiss her.
But the look on her face though, she was like,
please don't drop me.
Put me there.
I'm now gonna remember that as the girl that Trump picked up.
The look though. Everybody know this look when you back up the shoulder and your head go like this, like, mom, word.
And Bush hugged a couple black people during New Orleans.
Well, the younger Bush cool, man, cause he rock with Michelle. That's why he always give her a piece of candy every time they in the media together. And
come on, he know better. Michelle probably I yoke your little ass up.
I think he trying to be slick. I think he trying to say her breath stink. He like, here's the mint. All right, then what do you got to talk about?
You never know. You know, he never wanted to be president.
Yo, man. Hey, yo.
Just went poof. Right over his head.
He was the funniest, man, because he would mess that teleprompter up. You ain't never hear him try to talk out the teleprompter and mess up?
He was dumb.
He was like, yeah, so we of the USA. Sir, that's USA. Oh, yeah, turn it.
But you know, I kind of, I'm not going to lie. I was fond. I wasn't a very, very big fan, but I was very fond of the younger Bush. I didn't like the fact that we walked into Afghanistan and we walked into Iraq, but for the most part, he did his best during 9/11. Something that, to get in the news that you're reading a book. I remember I was that day when he's reading a book and he's get the news and he just like I'm the president of the United States and now I'm faced with this major historical event.
His speeches was
some of them are good though.
He'd be looking in the camera and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take back control over what we got. But he was serious. He was serious in his talks, man. But I'm like, it was a one of a kind.
He was not bad at speaking, even though he would mess it up. Listen, Obama stands as our best speaking president of the 2000s.
That walk, he had that Denzel Man on Fire walk when he walked up to the podium, man. Like, people of America, just want you to know.
That's one thing I gotta say.
He talked with his thumb.
Obama was a hell of a speaker. Probably one of the best speakers of our time, historically. I'm not gonna lie. There's no better speaker than him since Kennedy.
It hasn't been Kennedy. Facts.
Since Kennedy. I think Kennedy hands down.
Because it wasn't Carson, it wasn't Reagan.
Well, Reagan did his
Nixon.
thing, but see, Reagan was already popular with America because he was an actor.
Facts. Like
Nixon,
Reagan reminded me of Trump.
Nixon was always sketchy. You know what I'm saying?
His head always.
Jimmy Carter was too laid back.
I called him Carson.
Jimmy Carter. Johnson was too quiet. But
Clinton.
JFK was one hell of a speaker. And you could I'll challenge you to YouTube any of his speeches right now.
Again, because
I'll challenge you to look up the speech that got him killed.
Listen, that man had a swag about him, man. Anytime you got Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" to you, man, he had his swag. Obama had that swag. Shh. Like I was saying, he had that swag. Obama had that swag, man. I wasn't around during Lincoln time, but Lincoln looked like he had that swag too. Like every now and then, they
say Lincoln was black, right?
Yeah.
Revoked.
Hey yo, my card is just done. I'm handing my card in. Matter of fact, I'm handing my card in. You got that tonight.
Your shout outs, brother.
Hey, man, look, shout out to you, man, for dropping a whole bunch of historical facts, man. You turned the black history up on us up in here, man.
And I make it look like I'm doing, listen, no cell phone searches, no nothing, no books. We just dropping gems because we like to drop gems. We're jewelers. I'm a jeweler tonight.
Word, facts. Shout out to Ruben, man. With the Wu-Tang shirt.
Rocking the Wu-Tang.
But you didn't watch the documentary. Give me my card back.
I had listen. I had been working. I had been super busy.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Listen. I watched Sixers game last night.
You got the card back. You got it back. You got it back.
It's like we're playing war.
Give me my card back.
We're playing war.
Take it back. Give me my card back. You got it.
We're playing the cross of war and spades right now.
Damn it, he got my card for the night. he took my black card. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to Ruben. Shout out to Hamilton Radio. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to all my family and friends, man. And
shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. You stepping them into into some shit, brother. Because you're doing some big shows right now. You're getting I feel like I feel like he's becoming more popular than me. Okay, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
I don't want that type of acclaim because that get me nervous.
He went from here to a local comedian to a comedian that's now opening up with names. Now, we're not talking about just names. We're talking about actors and comedians that are in the game that do this. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, brother. Shout out to everything what you do.
I don't want to speak on it yet, man. I just want to do it as it comes. But thank you.
Listen, I'm just saying. Shout out to Hamilton Radio that blesses us with this opportunity to have the platform that some don't have. We do this because we love doing this. This is an honor to do this, and we're 5 years on, 5 years going strong. Hopefully we can do 5 years going. Hopefully it'd be great if we could do this every day, one day, every night. Maybe you guys get tired of us, or maybe twice a week.
We'll bring in strippers,
midgets,
midget strippers. Put them together. Name Sweet and Low.
No, black midget. Stop strippers.
Sweet and low.
Just joking. Okay.
Facts, actual facts, man. I love the Dorf community, man. Matter of fact, I want to be politically correct. We had there's no homophobia. We brought up transgender, no beef with transgender at all. Please trust and believe, man. I get along with any and everybody. If y'all don't think so, you're more than welcome to be a guest on the show and chop it up with us.
Yep, and you can argue with us and change our minds and try to challenge
joke
our views.
With us, yeah.
And I guarantee
you can talk about how he took my black card.
You'll walk in here one way, and I guarantee you walk away somehow, some other way, thinking that if you read our covers and judge us by our looks and not understand us and who we are, then you're missing out on us.
Two deep dudes like to have a good time.
I've never gone to college, but I'm one hell of an educated MFer, let me tell you. And I'm proud to say that because some college kids don't know the stuff that don't even know half the shit that I'm just talking about.
They're just there because their parents paid.
They're just there because they want a higher paying job.
No, their parents paid.
But I stay night and day learning, reading.
Tapping into
I just so you know, I just found out. I left the liquor industry, but I just found out a secret of a liquor company, and I'm still learning about liquor. And even my store doesn't even know. My old store doesn't even know. So that is fact. I'll tell you once we go offline.
It ain't for y'all.
Shout out to my wife, the MVP. Happy Mother's Day again. Shout out to, my daughter. Shout out to my son. Shout out to my mother. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to my grandmother. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to all my aunts. Shout out to all my friends that are mothers. Shout out to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's
We love you
Day.
guys. Keep doing what you do. God bless. I'm Ralphie Rotten, also known as Noise. This is Billy the Kid. Ruben on the wheels. We're Hamilton Radio. We're the Freestyle Freaks on Monday nights, and we're out. Peace.
One love. Peace.